Here is where Hillary Clinton is going to find a problem. In some key swing states, Hillary Clinton, this came out, this is the Real Clear, coming from Real Clear Politics, a couple of polls, particularly the Quinnipiac poll. Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump in Florida. Clinton only wins by 1 point. Ohio, Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump. Donald Trump wins Ohio by 4 points. In Pennsylvania, Hillary Clinton only wins by 1 point. Like she is a statistical dead heat with Clinton and Trump, rather, in Florida and in Pennsylvania. You cannot, compared to Sanders, let me finish it out. Compared to Sanders wins. This came out today, and this is really telling America what we have been shouting for a very long time. People do not want Hillary Clinton. The Democratic base wants Hillary Clinton, but the Democratic base is not America. It may be a microcosm in terms of demographics, but it is definitely not a microcosm in terms of political ideologies and worldviews. And that's the misconception that they're pushing. They're trying to make you believe that the way the Democratic establishment base thinks is the way that America thinks. And this is reflected in this data from Quinnipiac. That's not true, because Bernie Sanders outperforms. It's still close in Florida. It's close in Ohio, but he beats Donald Trump in Ohio by 2 points, where Hillary Clinton loses by 4 points. You know, at what point do you realize Hillary Clinton can lose to Donald Trump? And going into this election with the undeserved confidence, right? This air of inevitability, because you're able to control the Democratic base and you're able to push out Bernie Sanders supporters and alienate them and get the victories that you want on the Democratic primary side, while simultaneously America is saying we do not want If we want Hillary Clinton, we only want her just this much more than Donald Trump. And when you think about the character and the popularity, or the infamous reputation of Donald Trump, then you realize exactly how much America doesn't want Hillary Clinton. They still want her over Donald Trump. Let's just put that out there. She does win in Florida. She does win in Pennsylvania, but by 1 point. That can turn on a dime. She loses in Ohio, Florida, Ohio, Pennsylvania. She also loses, or the race is unbelievably tight in New Hampshire. She still only beats Donald Trump in New Hampshire, as another swing state, by 5 points, whereas Bernie Sanders beats Donald Trump by 21 points. We've been saying this for a long time. Bernie Sanders performs better in the general election than Hillary Clinton. And everyone is saying that, oh, it's because there's so much propaganda and so much media spin and so much hatred for the Clintons that has been built up over the last 20. But you act as though that's going to go away in the general election. That fundamental truth that the Clintons are unpopular in a very large swath of the American populace, that truth does not go away in the general election. That's something that they have to contend with. Then the other argument is, oh, well, Bernie Sanders has not had to endure the onslaught of 25 years of Republican hatred, or he's not endured a serious media campaign against them. But you also fail to realize there is not going to be 25 years worth of damage done to Bernie Sanders in 6 months. Two, the only criticism that they really genuinely have of Bernie Sanders is their normal tactic of he's a communist, socialist, Leninist, Maoist, fascist, and every other is. And this is something that they have already overplayed. So you're basing the Democratic Party is running headlong into a potential butt whipping because they have waged their bet. They bet the entire House on Hillary Clinton. This data. Let me show you how unpopular Donald Trump really is. And when I read these, I want you to think about. I want you to think about the fact that Donald Trump is this unpopular, but he is still giving Hillary Clinton a run for her money in some very key swing states. Donald Trump, here we go. This is a list of things that Donald Trump, the public policy polling did a poll to see if someone had a higher opinion of Donald Trump versus, let's say, hemorrhoids. That's the first one. So number one, does Donald Trump, do you have an opinion, a higher opinion of Donald Trump or hemorrhoids? He won that. 6% point spread. So 6% more people like Donald Trump over hemorrhoids. The second one, cockroaches. Donald Trump only beats cockroaches by 4 percentage points. I mean, this is how unpopular Donald Trump is, yet and still Hillary Clinton is having a hard time beating him. Okay, what else is Donald Trump less popular than? Okay, right here, this is where the rubber meets the road. Donald Trump is less popular than the band Nickelback. Nickelback beats Donald Trump by 5 points. Donald Trump is less popular than a used car salesman. Used car salesman beat Donald Trump by 6 points. It gets worse. Donald Trump is less popular than a traffic jam. A traffic jam. He beats the traffic jam beats Donald Trump by 7 points. Donald Trump is less popular than the Department of Motor Vehicles. The DMV beats Donald Trump by 10 percentage. This is how unpopular Donald Trump is. And all the while, I want you to realize he's giving Hillary Clinton hell in key swing states, the states of Florida, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and New Hampshire. And yet Donald Trump is not as popular as a root canal. 11% more people prefer a root canal over Donald Trump. Donald Trump is less popular than jury duty. 22% more people would rather serve jury duty than actually like Donald Trump. And the one that takes the cake, 26% more people prefer lice to Donald Trump. Donald Trump, I'm actually reading over this again as I'm talking to you because it's almost hard to believe. Donald Trump is so unpopular that people would rather have lice than to have him as president, or to just have a higher opinion of lice than they do Donald Trump. And I think, of course, some of this goes into the fun nature of that type of question, like how much can you actually dislike someone? And so I'm sure some people just said lice just for shits and giggles, right? But the fact is, the polling data is here. People would prefer lice over Donald Trump. Donald Trump is 26 points down to lice. And simultaneously, Hillary Clinton is getting beat by Donald Trump in Ohio. It's a weird world, people. I'm not sure I understand why Donald Trump is still even is still even in this conversation when you consider the fact that he is so unpopular.